It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment where we explore the cultural stories of the day. And for that, we turn to Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo. All right, Raymond, while Trump was indicted, the White House was keeping Biden out of sight.
Yeah, but the media could not have been more excited, Laura. Watch.
The president is spending his evening with dinner and a movie. He just wrapped up dinner with the First Lady at a local seafood restaurant, and now he's at a movie theater watching Oppenheimer.
And that's what the press pool asked him about, Laura. How did you like Oppenheimer? Meanwhile, it was as if the Obamas had returned to the White House and date night was back. There were pictures of the Bidens at dinner. And even the Bidens' moonlight stroll was covered. I wonder what the president was thinking.
There's an elderly man or woman knowing they're waiting to see if they have enough time. Just grabbing their hand and walking them across. It's a little tiny thing, but the anxiety it relieves.
Laura, they had to keep him out of sight. They had to totally keep him out of sight as Trump was indicted because they wanted the whole Hunter narrative to die down. And boy, did it. Now it's all about Oppenheimer and moonlight strolls.
Raymond, I'm surprised someone didn't throw a sandbag in front of him. I mean, that's hard to navigate. That's a really small walkway there. I wouldn't have done that to the president. You got to give him a lot more light than that, Raymond. A lot more light.
They're holding his hand and Secret Service is close by. But while Dr. Jill was posing for magazine covers, back in D.C., Laura, the president's sister, Valerie Biden Owens, his political muse, was asked if she thought Meghan Markle might be presidential timber. Watch this.
It's wonderful to have women in politics, and we embrace all women, and we welcome her to come in and join the Democratic Party.
So you think she'll make a good potential candidate one day, maybe for president?
Yes, perhaps. Of course she will.
Laura, yeah, she can do for the United States what she did for the royal family. This is one of the most loathed women in pop culture. Spotify and Netflix killed deals with her, and now she's going to be president, I guess.
By the way, Valerie Biden looks a lot like Jane Fonda. A little. She looks like, or she looks like a combination of Jane Fonda and Judge Judy. If you mix those two, that's Valerie Biden. That's all I can say. All right, Raymond, someone should tell her, though, that they already have a Democrat, female, understudy of color, and it's not Meghan.
Yeah, well, don't worry. While Joe's on vacation, Kamala has been hitting the interview circuit, and it has been hitting her.
There are reports that say that you have the lowest approval rating of any vice president. I'm curious how much of a role, if any, that you feel race and gender play in that.
Well, there are polls that also say I have great approval ratings.
Oh, Laura, that must be the Harris poll, the Kamala Harris poll. Laura, every poll has her in the basement. Look, I pulled this. NBC, 49% they have a negative view of the vice president, 39% a very negative view, and the Monmouth poll, 53% disapproval. You got to work to get that low. Sorry, there are no upsides to the polling numbers.
My only
for the vice
question
president.
is, what does Willie Brown say? All right, tell us about Lizzo being sued by 3 of her backup dancers, because America wants to know about this story, Raymond.
Well, this is an important story. Remember when Lizzo was casting dancers for her stage show? It became a reality program called Watch Out for the Big Girls.
I'm looking for dancers to join me on my tour. Girls that look like me don't get representation. We thick and we pretty and we know what we about. It's hard to love yourself in a world that doesn't love you back. You were created specially in your image for you to enjoy. Watch out for the big girls.
Well, Laura, if you believe the allegations by Lizzo's backup dancers, they'd better watch out for one big girl in particular, one who was fat-shaming them.
I just had this feeling that they had a problem with the way I was gaining weight.
She would pick and choose when she wanted to be professional and when she wanted things to be personal.
She proceeded to say, you know, dancers get fired for gaining weight. You should basically be grateful to be here.
You go from preaching about sisterhood to then turning around and saying that it's a privilege that you know us by name.
Boy, this is actually a huge story. There's also part of the charge here, Laura, is that Lizzo coerced these women to go into sex clubs and interact with nude models. It's a wild allegation. We don't want to bring it all up during the family hour. But the through line here is Lizzo pushing body positivity and yet fat-shaming her own dancers. This would be like LeBron James shaming somebody for being too tall. I mean, come on. Lizzo's not exactly, Twiggy here, to be fat-shaming these poor dancers.
Now, I mean, for the 5 people who know that reference in our audience, Twiggy, can you come to, Kate Moss, can you come up with something better than Twiggy?
Okay, well,
Twiggy,
something in this century,
laughing?
I'll try.
Oh, my God.
Well, the upshot is, it's about damn time that Lizzo come clean and apologize to these dancers. But this is a bad look for somebody who's made her career on this.
All right, we got to go. Thank you, Raymond.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.